Recently, I have been struggling in my trading. I have been blowing through accounts and evals left and right, over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading, gambling off intuition. It almost feels like it wasn't even me, but it was. I feel like it's unlike me, but I just continue to do it over and over again. This sort of issue in my life is something unlike I've ever experienced before. Something different than I've had to face. It's usually when it comes to problems or, things that come up in my life, I tend to make mistakes quickly or make mistakes pretty fast, learn from them and move pretty fast and grow steadily. But in my trading, I feel like I make a psych mistake or I make some sort of over trading or I do this or whatever happens, on the charts. Maybe you size in too much because you're greedy and you want this, right? Whatever it is. But I tell myself the answer and why I did it and why I shouldn't do it again. But it still just happens again. It doesn't stick like things usually do for me when I'm learning. And I think maybe part of it is just because I've been so absorbed in the social media trading space and how much life-changing money and how this could change my life and how much this could do for me, that it takes me out of the true essence of trading, which is you. Or, I guess this is a weekly recap, so I should say me. But trading really is you versus you. I'm reading a little bit out of my journal here from my entry I made last night, just kind of talking about my trading this week. But I wrote here, the only person or the only thing that changes in trading is you. The market will always be there, day in, day out, but you are the independent variable. There will always be another trade. There will always be setups you miss, setups that you hesitate on. But a part of trading is betting on yourself. You are the edge. You are the statistic. The whole point of trading is the trades that you take are trades that you individually pick out. And understanding this is really understanding that trading isn't just the charts. It's you. And to succeed, you must be willing to give yourself the room to make mistakes. Because at the end of the day, you're human. We all know trading is not perfect. As much as you got to think, this goes back to what I was saying one of these other weeks that I always constantly forget, but if your strategy is a 70% win rate, that means you win 7 out of 10 times, but you only win 7 out of 10 times when all 10 of those trades were perfect trades, were A+++++ setups. That's not counting when your psych is bad or when you're making mistakes. That's going to drop your win rate even lower. You need to understand that you are a part of the statistic. Trading is you. You're the one that's going to make the mistakes. So you have to account for this. You have to give yourself the room to actually make a mistake. And also, I find that when we tend to hold on to something so tightly and restrict it, that's when it's going to mess up and fail the most. But when you give something the ability to fail, it tends to not. Because when you really think about it, why would you even focus your energy on if it fails? I was just thinking about this in the car on the way home. Why would you even direct your energy to the possibility of a loss? Because in reality, if we look at this non-mentally, if something is resulting in a win or a loss, the physical steps and the things that you actually do after the win or the loss is likely going to be the exact same steps you would take regardless of where you placed your focus and your energy. So why in any world would you place any amount of energy on the failure? It just doesn't make any sense. And when you focus on this failure, you naturally gain this greed over the win. You want to avoid losses. But when you're not ashamed nor afraid of a loss, and you are solely worried about the charts that are in front of your eyeballs, that's when you're able to enter the closeness with, like, one with consciousness. You're with God. You're in that flow state where in no way, shape, or form you're worried about the outcome. And I think even you know deep down that the moment you no longer need it is when it's going to be attracted to you the most. I really end up I think so much recently about my trading and relating it to work, because my job is really, I'll say this all the time, it's sales adjacent, it's marketing, right? I have to get somebody to do something they don't want to do, and I give them a gift for doing it, right? And I have to convince them to do it even though they don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. But when I'm telling somebody to do the thing that they don't want to do, at this point at work, I get into a sort of flow state when I'm pitching somebody. When I'm talking to them, I'm not really worried about if they say yes or if they say no. I'm only worried about telling them to do the thing, telling them what they get if they do the thing, and then telling them why the reason why they don't want to do it isn't a good reason why they shouldn't do it and why they should do it. And that's it. Whether they actually end up going or not is not something that I care about. I really don't care. But if you are going to do it, you get all this stuff. But I don't care if you do it or not. Like, I literally don't. Bye. Have a good night. If you don't want to do it, have a good night. And it's that when somebody doesn't want to do it, I get them the fuck out of my face. Bring me the next one. But when I'm trading, I need to take that same approach. If there's not a good trade in front of me, why am I forcing a trade? Why am I over leveraging on this one trade? I'm gonna get a setup tomorrow. I'm gonna get a setup when the next one presents itself. The markets are not going nowhere, and I'm trading like that shit's gonna end today. I'm not even consistently profitable. I'm not even getting any payouts whatsoever, and I'm buying multiple accounts and trying to copy trade these evals while I'm still making these psychological mistakes. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's because I think I'm somewhere where I'm not. I want to make it happen right now. I want to see that 10K month. I want to get payouts right now. I want to pass the evals quick, and I want to be able to, quote unquote, rinse these prop firms. But I feel like maybe if I just chill the fuck out, I'll do better. Something that I got from a video recently, I wrote it in here. In a year, the outcome of today will be irrelevant, but the habits and building blocks that you create will matter. And what this means is, it doesn't matter if you win or lose today. It doesn't matter how you felt today. It doesn't matter the things that happened to you today, because in a year, I'll probably forget that shit by next week, bro. I'll probably forget if I won or lost a trade by next month. All of this shit doesn't matter in the long run, but the energy that you put into your habits and the way you craft your consciousness will matter. The ways that you choose to think about the things that you think about, or the way that you choose to think about your life, will matter, because these habits are going to stack, whether you decide them to be good habits or bad habits, whether you decide to start going to the gym every day, or whether you decide to lay on your couch and sleep in every day. These habits will impact your life a year from now. I wrote here that the P&L, the win or the loss, the account you're on, how many views a YouTube video gets, booking someone or not, making money, etc., all are outcomes and are a complete waste of time to be focusing on. Stop taking yourself out of the certain now and this present moment, and instead direct your energy to the uncertain future. Because taking your energy out of the now is only slowing you down. And I want to say really quick, I don't make these videos out of pity. I don't make these videos so that you look at me and say, oh, poor guy, you know, he's blowing accounts or to make fun of me or to get attention. I'm really making these videos as a form of documentation because I know I will make it. I have this unwavering confidence in myself that this is something that I can achieve, and I want to make these videos so that when I do make it, I can look back at where I was at. And I want to document that I really don't know what to say on here because I feel like I know the answers. I feel like I watched all the YouTube videos. I've watched the psych videos. I know my strategy. I've back tested. I know how to trade. But even though I know the answers, I still make the same mistakes. And I know it's easy if I was to sit up here and say, yeah, just don't overtrade. I'm gonna just take 1 to 2 trades a day. Like I've made videos like this. I'm gonna take 1 to 2 trades a day. I'm gonna risk a fixed amount. I'm not gonna over risk. I'm not gonna overtrade. I'm only gonna trade one, blah, 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 blah. But for some reason or another, I always find a way in my mind to twist the truth and twist reality to make myself overtrade, over leverage, whatever the problem is. There is always something that twists me into doing it. And I don't have the time to sit up on this camera and talk about this is the specific reason why, this is the specific reason why. Because the fact of the matter is it doesn't fucking matter what reason it was. You shouldn't have done it, bro. You need to get better. You need to lock in. And that's just how I talk to myself. But I honestly love that I'm able to document my growth and just write it down. By the time I fill out this whole journal, it's gonna be my book of knowledge on how the fuck I got rich. This is gonna be literally my story. And I'm gonna have another journal after that and another journal after that on how my life is gonna keep growing and compounding from here. I said this in another video recently, but you gotta realize that your life, there is no better or worse. There is no bigger or smaller because life is infinite. To your consciousness, your infinite consciousness, there is no big or small. There is only frequency to be compounded. There's only more to be added. It does not matter how much or how little because it's all infinite. It's gonna keep going and all you have is all you have and you're just gonna keep adding on to it. So it does not matter how much. As long as you can keep growing every day, you are dedicated to yourself, you can write it down somewhere and learn from it, then this present moment is different from the last. And you're able to live just as much life right now as any present moment. Stop taking yourself out of it. Stop focusing on the past, stop focusing on the future. It's not gonna do you no fucking good. Put all your energy into the now. Tap into that flow state, lock in. You're able to focus so I don't even know the word, but you're able to focus so intently, I guess, on solely the outcome that it is so fulfilling. Whether you do it, whether it wins or it loses, it doesn't matter, bro. Whether it's actually good, whether it actually turns out good or bad, when you're able to put your full effort into something, it just feels good. And I think I'm just gonna end it off there. That's really it. I mean, it's another week. I'll be back. I guess this video is gonna go up tomorrow, so on Sunday. So I mean, if there's good trades Monday, Tuesday, I'll post a recap. I mean, I'm just gonna size down for now, honestly. I mean, as far as like plan of action, I'm gonna trade 150K. I don't need to copy trade nothing. I'm probably just gonna do like $500 risk. I'm gonna take a good trade. I'm gonna stay off fucking social media and worrying about what trades my favorite traders are taking. Like, it doesn't matter. It's fucking with my psyche, bro. I need to just trade for me and realize that another trade's gonna be there tomorrow for me. And this is something that I'm gonna do day in, day out. So why rush it, bro? As you see results, then you can level up and take the next step. Stop trying to skip steps. Besides that, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Peace out, guys.